Welcome into this video where we are going to talk about imposter syndrome. Something that I hear all the time is, I don't know if I'm ready to be charging for this yet, or I don't know if I should be charging that much for this yet, or I don't know if people are going to pay what I'm asking them to pay, and then you're lowballing yourself. Anything in that kind of category, it's something that honestly I hear across the board from people who are just starting out, even to people who have been doing this for quite a while and they're still kind of undervaluing what they're doing. So let's talk about it. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Nicole and I am an online marketer. I've been in this world for the past 16 years. I was doing it in 9-to-5s for a while, and then I got sick of doing that for somebody else and was like, hey, why don't I use all of these skills and knowledge that I have and do that for myself? So that's what I did, and I started helping people with things like social media marketing, web design, branding, copywriting, all the things turned into my agency. Now I teach other people how to do that, so that way you have all of this knowledge for yourself. You can do it on your own, create your own marketing plans, build and grow your own business without having to pay somebody else like tens of thousands of dollars to just do it all for you. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to address when it comes to these feelings of imposter syndrome is we all experience it, okay? So first and foremost, I just want to validate that you are normal. It doesn't matter what level you're at. We are all going to experience this at some point or another, okay? It just is what it is. And if you're not familiar, something that I always refer to when I'm talking about this with clients is something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you haven't heard of it, you can go Google it really quickly, but it's basically this chart graph that shows that the more competent you are at something, the lower your confidence is actually going to dip, right? So when we are first starting out with something, we're way up here. We're not really competent. We just kind of started, but our confidence is up here. We're super ready. We're diving in. We're excited about it. And then as we go along and we're learning and we're learning and we're learning, we're starting to realize oh, there's a lot more things that I don't know. And there's so much more that goes into this that I didn't even realize yet, right? So our confidence does start dipping. This is normal. This is literally a graph, a thing, a Dunning-Kruger effect, a named thing, because it's normal, okay? Everybody experiences this. So also just want to note that if/when you are experiencing thoughts like this actually just means that you know what you're talking about, because if you didn't, you would be super confident and you wouldn't care. You would just be going out there, charging whatever you want, doing the thing, doing whatever, right? But because you are actually competent at what you're doing, our confidence dips, okay? Again, normal. We're acknowledging that. Now, moving on to the second thing that I want to address is right about now, a lot of people would talk about mindset issues, right? And sure, mindset, we're probably familiar with manifestation and how we aren't going to be able to attract things from that energy of lack, and we need to really embody it and act as if we already have it, right? We attract what we expect, not what we are. So yes, we have to make that shift. However, we can do shadow work journaling, we can go see our therapist, we can journal about this, we can figure out why we're feeling this way. Personally, I don't really think that that's the thing we actually need to address here. I prefer having actual tangible strategies to deal with things, because if we're talking to a coach or a mentor or whoever, and all they ever say when a problem arises is, oh, let's fix your mindset, right? That's not super helpful, okay? How do we actually do that though? How do we actually deal with this? So I'm gonna give you one of the exercises that I often do with my clients, and I call it lawyering yourself. So I'm sure you probably have a million notebooks stacked up on your desk beside you. You're gonna grab whatever notebook you're working in at the time. And usually I recommend doing this in the morning, kind of like morning pages, whatever. But you are going to take that notebook and I want you to start writing out all of those like negative, bad, whatever thoughts that are in your head. We're just going to get them out, get them onto paper. And that actually is something that has been studied, that by getting those thoughts and making them tangible by writing them down, that already is helping us to release them. Okay, I'm not making this up. You can go Google it. Okay. Anyway, once we have that written out, now we are going to lawyer ourselves. Now, what I mean by this is I want you to start coming up with examples and basically talking to yourself as if like we are proving all of those statements wrong, okay? And even if you're somebody, if you're in the phase where you've just started and you haven't ever done these things before, cool, use somebody else as an example, right? So for example, let's say I'm a tarot reader. I've been doing it for quite a while. I'm wanting to start turning this into a business, doing readings for other people, but I'm kind of having those feelings of like, I don't know, like, am I actually ready to be doing this? Are people actually gonna pay for this? Are they gonna value this? Even if we can't use yourself as an example, we can pull from other people. So writing down, there are so many other tarot readers in the world who have consistent regular clients that are coming to them, that are getting enormous value from these readings. It's literally helping guide and shape their lives. Also, there are tarot readers who probably were only reading for like a couple months, you know, and then they started like charging, even if it was a small amount, right? But then worked up from there. So we're just gonna go through, write out any examples that we can think of, especially if you're somebody who has been doing this for a bit. Use specific examples that you personally have experienced in your business, okay? But we are playing lawyer, okay? We are proving all of those statements that we just wrote down wrong, all right? And we're gonna keep writing, we're gonna keep journaling that out until we get to a place where we are able to actually feel, we are feeling internally like, oh, okay, yeah, like this is true. I believe this, you know, I'm writing all of this out and that makes sense, right? That's the place that we want to get to. Now, once we get there, we're going to go back up to the top where we wrote all of the BS and you're going to scribble it out or cross it out, whatever you want to do. And then over top of it, just write false, or this is a lie, or this is BS, whatever you want to do. But again, tangibly, we took those thoughts out of our head, made them tangible. Now, tangibly, we're going to cross them out. We've proven them wrong, okay? So that is the tangible exercise that I like to use and that I recommend to my clients whenever we're getting into these mental spirals. And again, just to note, this can be for any type of spiral, okay? It's not specific to like just imposter syndrome. Just anytime any of these thoughts come into your head, get them down on paper and lawyer yourself, okay? So anyway, those are my tips for you. I hope that that was helpful. If you are finding benefit from this and you are an online business owner or a service provider that is also witchy inclined, hey, hi, I am your people. Come hang out with me. You can find me on Instagram. It's just my name, @NicoleRicardo, or you can hop on into my free Facebook group. It is called BizCraft, where I post a lot of tips and tricks and do live hot seat coaching session pop-ups from time to time. So you can check out either of those, or if you want an actual training class from me, I do have one also called BizCraft that I will link below this video that is going to show you how to reverse engineer the entire structure, pricing, everything of your business based on what you want your life and your schedule to look like. Because personally for me, I'm a big fan of building your business to support the kind of life that you want to live, right? Not the other way around. Because if we do, then we get into a really bad work-life balance and you're feeling burnt out, and we don't want that. So we're going to set it up right from the very beginning. I walk you through how to do all of that in my workshop, BizCraft. We also do some visualization and some shadow work journaling prompts. So again, I'll link that down below for you. Hopefully this video was helpful, and I think that's it. Okay, bye.